Well, how do you do, buckaroos? I forgot to put my background on there. There we go. I am Tommy Bear Whisperer, and this has been a night of technical difficulties. So at the moment, I'm just being joined by Todd from Indiana, I guess, right?
Yep, Southern Indiana, Sellersburg.
Or near you, but you're not far from Louisville, Kentucky, right?
About not quite 10 miles north of Louisville, correct.
There you
Just
go.
across the
So,
river.
so Todd and I did a session earlier, joined by another beer friend, Red Rooster, and then so Todd was having technical difficulties, and then Red had to jump off. I found out later that he had to get off because the snow took his internet out.
Oh, is that what the problem ended up being?
Yeah, that's why he jumped off. So I don't know. I think somebody's messing with us tonight, Todd.
It's not in the stars. The stars are not aligning, I guess, huh?
They are not. They are not. So, Todd, tell me what you're drinking tonight and why you're drinking it.
I just cracked open a Bell's, the Oracle Double IPA DIPA. It is, I believe it comes in at 10% and 90 IBUs. And I've had it in the fridge for several months, so I'm going against the beer guides or geeks, whatever you want to call them, and I think it was bottled back in July, so I'll probably get all kinds of flack for that. But anyway, it's the last one, so I thought I better go ahead and drink it. What better
Some
time than
people
now?
get, some folks get their pennies in a wad very easily, Todd.
Yeah, I know. I figured
So,
it's just
Todd, you were showing me a bottle opener earlier. Why don't you show that again?
so we picked this up. They were giving them away free. I actually got two of them. Um, Four Roses happened to be a sponsor at a beer festival that we did right around it was actually Kentucky Oaks Day on which is the Friday before Kentucky Derby in May, which is always the first Saturday in May. So anyway, they had a big the first year they've had it, mostly local. Trying to set my phone back up here. um, Had a local beer festival. It was one of those you kind of pay like I think it was. Well, they had different pay rates you could pay and get tickets, and you just give your tickets as you get pours of beer. So
Oh,
and
yeah.
it also had food and some food trucks. It was outside of the KFC Yum Center, where the University of Louisville plays basketball. And it was kind of right out the little pavilion out there. Really nice setup. It was nice. But anyway, they were giving Four Roses was a sponsor there, and they had some bourbon slushies that they were offering up, which was very good. But they were giving away some shirts and these bottle openers.
So, you had a question about that bottle opener.
On the one end, we're going on here. At the end, I'm pointing at here's your standard bottle, bottle cap opener. But for the life of me, can't figure out what this end is. The only thing I can think of is maybe a cork to pop open a cork of some sort, maybe.
Yeah, that's possible. I've never seen one quite like that, to be honest with you, and I've seen a lot of bottle openers in my time. Uh, the, the only thing I can think of is almost looks like an old man sack going on.
I'll never look at this opener the same again.
Being an old guy, I mean, the sack seems to swell and sag as you get older, and the pecker doesn't get any bigger. It's kind of got that thing going on, but enough about my tragedy.
The cruelties of life.
I'm telling you, if someone does, God has a sense of humor. I'm telling you, people.
What are you sipping on there?
So I've got a novelty Irish whiskey, Hellcat Maggie. What I have here is a chilled shot, Hellcat Maggie Irish whiskey, 5 Points Manhattan. Hellcat Maggie was famous for being in uh, the Dead Rabbits gang in the 5 Points region of Manhattan. She was known for filing her teeth and her nails into points to kill her enemies. And it's distilled in Ireland, but it's brought to you by the folks at Phillips Union here in the States. Folks, I brought to you other novelty whiskeys such as Feckin Irish whiskey.
Interesting.
So the point being, it's not really the best of Irish whiskeys. It is meant to be a novelty, but I bought it because, well, it came with 2 shot glasses.
Hey, what better reason? I know you're a glass junkie as myself.
It came with 2 shot glasses. It was about $20 for the bottle and 2 shot glasses. So
Not bad. Unless you only get 2 shot pours out of it, maybe. I don't. You're big on the Irish whiskeys, right?
I am. I do love Irish whiskey. I'm a big single malt Irish whiskey guy, but I love all Irish whiskeys. I also love a lot of bourbons too. I'm a big small batch bourbon guy, especially the smaller, the small distilleries or boutique distilleries. I'm a big fan of bourbon and Irish whiskeys. Are you a whiskey drinker at all, Todd?
Well, I was talking earlier. I'm kind of starting to get more of a taste for it than I previously had, and I think it's a lot due to kind of easing into it with a lot of the barrel aged stouts and beers in general. That are barrel aged.
But you're in a big whiskey neck of the woods.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And oddly enough, I've never been on the bourbon trail.
That's funny. So I've been drinking mostly stouts tonight, so I took a turn and decided to pop a 6 points resin.
I like
9.1%, 103 IBUs. I gotta tell you, this is really one of my favorites. I love this double IPA.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oddly enough, that's what I got the Oracle by Bell's out of Michigan. Of course, everybody knows Bell's, I would assume. 10% alcohol, 90 IBUs. It's a seasonal. It only comes out, once a year.
Just like Santa, only comes once a year.
That's right.
Anyways, we've digressed. So you want to add any tasty notes about that beer?
Yeah, it's very bitter up front, and then kind of mellows out, but it kind of has a little lingering bitterness to it. But it's very got some piney notes to it. Definitely some mango and your standard, citrus fruits flavor to it. Very, very good. And for 10%, a lot of people I've seen have posted that they thought it was very boozy, but I don't. And maybe it's my alcoholicness in me possibly that doesn't think it's that boozy tasting.
I think some of us just have a natural taste, we just feel that alcohol. It just absorbs in us.
It does have a little, like I said, does have some of the pininess and some of the grapefruit and citrus notes to it. Very good. I like it. Kind of wish it was, you could get it a little more than just once a year.
So, Todd, you mentioned you're a family man.
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
Just one. She's it's her birthday this weekend coming up on Sunday, and she turns 11.
11. So mine I have a grown daughter. We have 2 grandkids on my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old guy.
Yeah. Well, I just turned 40, so I'm catching up to you.
I turned 50 last year. I'll be 51 this year. So.
Yeah, John turns 50 this year also.
Yeah, he doesn't want to admit that, does he?
Oh, oops. I mean, he's turning 32 is what I meant to say.
Oh, mercy.
But,
so
so
how does your wife feel about your beer hobby?
She kind of understands it. We was kind of talking about it the other day. The new stuff comes out, and I've got a nice little collection of storage going on top of my refrigerator, as well inside my fridge. But as when stuff comes out like the Oracle, when it hits the shelves, it's you better get it, or you're not going to get it again until next year. So it kind of the IPAs I don't let sit around, but the stouts and stuff, this time of year, obviously the barrel aged stuff, you can sit on those for a while. So I've got a collection going on top of my fridge that I really need to drink some of them up. But at first, she kind of thought I was a little insane, but she's in a wine of the month club, so she kind of gets.
So she's got her own thing going on.
Yeah, so she's in, and they send her 3 bottles a month, and it's kind of cool. So she's like, I get it, I understand it now. She's like, I've got some she can drink right now, but she's like, I understand why you like the kind of the fascination of it. I'm like, well, I don't buy it. I don't really have any other hobbies, so why not, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I'm a man of limited interest, so
Now the
I
one,
think I think a lot of the problem is folks don't understand craft beer. They think beer as what beer has been in America since Prohibition, which is being this kind of one-dimensional macro kind of lager. And I think the folks that don't get that don't understand that craft beer has become something entirely different.
nope. Are you still there?
Yeah, can you see me?
No. Well, I see your picture. Oh, there you go.
Did you lose audio for a second?
Yeah, just for a second, you faded out.
We got gremlins in the system tonight, I think.
Google Hangouts does not like me for some reason.
I think they're put this intentionally, Todd.
I have to laugh because it looks like I like your background, but it looks like you're going to catch your hair on fire.
Yeah, because I got fireplace background going on. Yeah. So let me ask you a question, man. If we were in a pub together tonight, what would you want to talk about, or what question would you ask me in particular?
Geez, that's a good question. I don't know. Probably more of what I watch a lot of your videos, so I kind of know somewhat of your beer style preference, but what would you choose if you had, whatever lineup sitting in front of you? IPA, I would assume, I guess.
Yeah, I've got the Russian right now, yeah.
Would you say IPA would be your
beer of choice? No,
yeah.
Actually, well, to be honest, I do a lot of seasonal drinking, so I think this time of year I'd have to say stout. Now, if you're going to ask me, but in April, I probably would say, I might say Maibach or IPA. Depends on my mood at any particular time.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Your summer with the flavors of the fruitiness of the IPAs.
Yeah, well, I've got the, attention span of a gnat. My mind wanders. I think of different things. No, this time of year, actually, I only pop this IPA kind of break up the stouts I've been drinking. But yeah, this time of year, I'm really thinking about a lot of dark stuff.
Yeah. Would that usually last until springtime, I guess, when it starts to warm up a little bit again?
It does, and I start thinking about saisons. I even start thinking about a good pilsner. To be honest with you, even a good craft pilsner. And then we start getting into May, and then Maibach sounds good, and then it comes June. And, we're kind of back to IPAs, and I don't know. My mind wanders. I mean, it's different from day to day for me.
That same here. It's just more of kind of what am I in the mood for at that time? Now, I'll drink IPAs through the winter, but I'll lean towards more of the stouts in the wintertime as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I'll drink an occasional stout in the spring and summer, but for the most part, I'm looking at those lighter beers. I'll drink some IPAs and other stuff during the winter, but for the most part, I'm looking at those dark beers. I want the stouts. I want the oatmeal stouts. I want the dry stouts. I want the imperial stouts. I just want that big stuff. I want something big and comforting.
Now, do you lean more towards the 12-ounce bottles or bombers, or it just depends on what it is you're after that day?
Well, yeah, sort of both, I guess. It just depends after or what they have available, to be honest. I guess if everything, in a perfect world, if everything was available in a 12-ounce can or bottle, I would probably always buy that 12-ounce or actually, let me change that and say 16-ounce can. This is a 12-ounce can, but I like a pint. So if everything came in a 16-ounce bottle or can, I would love that. But certain beers only come in 12, 16, or 22 ounce. So I'll I'll buy what they throw out there. But yeah, in a perfect world, if everything came in 16 ounces, I would dig that.
I could get behind that. I would agree.
Because I love a pint. I love when I go out and I order a pint and I get a pint. I love when I can come home and pour a pint. There's just something about that magical 16 ounces, you know. There's something for me about pouring one pint even.
Yeah. And I was gonna pour this in a tulip glass, but I already had this one out and rinsed it out. So it's kind of I'm not even sure what type of. I guess it's just a pint glass, but it kind of widens here at the top, kind of bubbles and gets skinny again.
Hey Todd, that's called a nonic pint.
It's called what?
A nonic pint or a nonic pint.
And as you can see here, I don't know, maybe you can't. It's got the little 16-ounce line there.
And I'll tell you why. It's called a nonic or imperial pint because if you pour your beer in all the way to the top, you're going to get that head, right? Okay. You pour it all the way to the top, you're going to get that head. As that head dissipates, you're going to end up with 16 ounces of beer.
Correct. Yeah. And I like this one as well as any. And, a lot of times really just depends on where I'm sitting at in my house as opposed to we've got a sectional recliner leather sectional downstairs where I'm at now, and it's just got it's got a couple of little armrests where it's got like cup holders in it, so it doesn't hold your tulip type glasses very well. So it really just depends on where I'm sitting in my house, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. No, I get that 100%. I have the same issue in my little house. Yeah, no, I get it. You pour it in whatever glass is most convenient. I do like a tulip, like I've got here. But yeah, I have the same glasses that you have. Actually, I used them earlier for the stouts I was drinking because I think that type of beer, a stout, is perfect in that type of pint glass.
Yeah, I would agree. And your IPAs too, I think, fit well in a tulip glass as well.
Yeah, IPAs were great in a tulip, as I am drinking one now in a tulip. Sons of bitches. Those bastards. Anyways, we've digressed. So, hey, Todd, I'm going to wrap up this session because I think we, debased everything we possibly can. Any final thoughts?
Well, like I said, I'm drinking the Oracle. If you're able to find it in your neck of the woods out there in YouTube and Google land, definitely pick it up when it comes around. It's usually July, August when you can pick them up. Like I said, they're 10% alcohol, 90 IBUs. I think it runs about, at least around here, it was. Well, actually, there was a 2-bottle limit where we got it, so I could pick it up, and it was like $4 a bottle. So probably a little on the expensive side, but well worth it. It's a good buy, and I'll look forward to getting this year. Very good citrusy, nice double IPA. And like I said, to me, the alcohol isn't overpowering. Some would disagree, but I don't think it's I don't think it's overpowering.
Well, hey, I'm Tom Whisper, and at this point, I've got a nice buzz going on. I've had some beer. I'm having a 6-point resin, which is just a damn fine beer, and I've had some Hellcat Maggie Irish whiskey and some great conversation with Todd Wren out of Indiana. This time to Beer Whisperer, and we're going to end this session because we can.